Sup nerds, Dick here, and in perhaps what is quite possibly the most underwhelming news in gaming history, Nintendo has actually officially announced the Nintendo Switch 2 with a tweet. So Nintendo, is this Genki stuff, yeah? Is this official now, yeah? Can we actually call this official? Look, it's been a long time coming. We knew they were going to announce it eventually. And now we actually have the official word from the Big N themselves. But honestly, there is so very little to talk about here. I'm actually struggling to wrap my head around what Nintendo are thinking. We're actually in the exact same place we were last week pre-announcement, with zero new information for us to actually talk about and get excited about. Even that logo that's been floating around online that I honestly thought was just some mock-up someone had done on their computer and had caught on is official. I mean, look at this thing. It's literally just the original Switch logo with the most basic bitch font for a number 2 super glued on the end. We also have confirmed backwards compatibility, which, yes, is a giant win, is something to get excited about, but again, we kind of already knew this. The console itself looks cool, sure. They've made everything a little bit bigger, it looks more comfortable, and admittedly the design is sleek AF. But we already knew all this. We still know nothing about the actual specs themselves, the launch titles, and what that damn optical sensor is for. Hell, the biggest news that we got out of this trailer was that they've taken away Peach's biker levers, and that is just a crime against aesthetics, man. I mean, look at this. Who wears a dress while riding a bike? But joking aside, I know Nintendo couldn't help the leaks. It was out of their control. It's not their fault. With that said, I still can't get over how this is all they had up their sleeve after all this time. Remember, in my last video, I did say that they were going to need something special to grab people's attention. Well, this ain't it. We already knew a new Nintendo Switch was coming, and even without the leaks, this would have been severely underwhelming on its own regardless. All we were given was a 2-minute CGI rendition of the hardware, with zero information about the actual hardware itself. I mean, it looks like a Switch. It functions like a Switch. Even the dock and the Joy-Con grips themselves are the exact same. I mean, they have spent 10% of this reveal time focused on the bloody kickstand. Count it yourself, 12 seconds of this reveal was them etching out the stand in the body of the console and then showing it in action. Like, ooh, look guys, new angles. Now, I was kind of guessing this was going to be the case and, it was just going to be a hardware trailer as per the recent leak. But honestly, I was expecting at least, at the very bare minimum, some text with basic information to go along with the images. Is the screen OLED? Is it 1080p? Have we got improved HD rumble? Does it even have HD rumble at all? Or is it a standard rumble motor? What's the storage on this thing? Are the shoulder triggers analog this time round? And for me that's a big one. What's the new C button for? What type of sticks are we using here, and are they going to combat stick drift this time around? Like, could you at least put our minds to rest about that, Nintendo? Look, I don't want to piss over anyone's bonfire here. I want the Switch 2 to succeed, I do, I love the Switch. But I have to call things how I see them, and right now Nintendo are just fumbling all kinds of balls with this launch. They failed to stop leaks pre-announcement. They basically then confirm the leaks with a very poorly worded PR release, and then when the official announcement does come around, they give us a CGI reveal via a tweet with no information to minimum fanfare. The only reason we do actually have any kind of buzz right now is because Nintendo finally said the thing that we all knew was a thing that we've just been sitting around waiting for them to say the thing. By the way, this date, are we talking the 4th of February here or the 2nd of April? Okay, yeah, I'm being facetious. Obviously, I'm guessing this is American dating. It's going to be the 4th of February, but seriously, Nintendo, help the European brothers out, or, maybe just spell the month out. It's just that after all this time, after all this waiting, they drop an announcement and all they're saying is, we have to keep on waiting. And if the rumours are to be believed, most of what we can expect from this announcement are just going to be ports of 8th generation games, all of which you can already play on a handheld. Now, in a recent Kit and Krista video, two guys that actually worked at Nintendo for 13 years, Krista said their internal motto is to surprise and delight. And again, to emphasise, the surprise was ruined, I get that. But where is the delight? There is literally no delight to be found in this trailer other than, here it is, here's a thing. And that is squarely on Nintendo. Nothing from this reveal delights me to hear outside of maybe officially confirming backwards compatibility. But whatever, look, I've said what I had to say and Nintendo has given us so little, there's very little to talk about without me repeating myself to just try and extend a video's runtime. So let's take a brief moment to talk about the only new information we actually did get out of this, and that is our first look at Mario Kart 9. And, well, it's Mario Kart alright. I mean, we've got the usual cast of characters, minus any hint of characters outside the Super Mario cast. We got little blue sparks coming out the tyres, so we know drifting is back. Shocker. Again, they removed the cool looking biker levers for the ladies that wear dresses. Why would you do that? And actually another thing, I don't know if this was just poor video quality, but it looks like they've changed DK's eyes so it looks more in line with the Seth Rogen Donkey Kong from the movies, and I'm not sure I like that, but whatever, that's a tiny thing. On a positive note, while it doesn't look like a huge improvement over 8 graphically speaking, the texture work did look phenomenal. Even with the terrible bitrate from Twitter, you could see a lot of detail there, like cracks in the asphalt and dirt build-up around the side of the tracks. It did look pretty from a texturing point of view at least. It also looks like this game's gimmick, for lack of a better word, is that it's going to be off-road karting, as at one point you can clearly see the cast completely abandoning the track to go off-road around the corner. This could be interesting. I'm not sure how they're going to handle this with regards to when you undershoot a corner or overshoot a corner, but we'll just have to see how Nintendo handles that. Other than that, that is all I've got. My only hope right now is that the Switch was such a sales beast that people really don't care about all of this stuff that I'm complaining about and they buy it anyway just because of brand recognition. But only time is going to tell on that. It certainly won't be down to Nintendo's marketing department, but hey, we have a solid date, so right now I'm just going to sheath my tongue, I'm going to shut up, be patient and wait. Maybe, just maybe, Nintendo can turn all this around with a solid Direct in February. But until then, I've been Dick the Stick, thanks for listening, and until next time, don't be a dick.